think if Canelo was using the jab effectively, hard, the guy wouldn't have been able to come in because the guy was coming in because he wasn't worried about Canelo's jab. So he got more aggressive and he got brave. If he's not jabbing, he has no defense.
I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. We don't know how your body gonna.
He's got the heart. He's got the speed, the skills, and he's gonna go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will get. I'm picking Crawford to win.
Mike Tyson shows serious concern for Canelo Alvarez's future, warning that a loss to Terence Crawford could be damaging. He notes that in past fights, Canelo often failed to use his jab effectively, which gave opponents confidence and allowed them to close the distance. Tyson advises Canelo to improve his jab this time, using it with more accuracy and consistency. To control the fight and stop Crawford from building momentum,
He's not going to jab. The guy's going to walk right into him like he did. Next fight, use your jab, different fight. Oh, it's really basic, you know.
veteran analyst Teddy Atlas admits Canelo Alvarez has faced many top-level fighters across multiple divisions, giving him one of boxing's strongest resumes. By contrast, Terence Crawford has not fought as many big names. Still, Atlas stresses that greatness is not only about names on a record, but about skill and adaptability in the ring. He highlights Crawford's timing, angles, and ring control as key tools that could overcome Canelo's size advantage. Atlas adds that Crawford's calmness and ability to adjust mid-fight may prove decisive against a champion like Canelo.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup, where he came from. I know he's moving up in weight class. Can he carry it? You know, but those intangibles, I believe that he has.
For Canelo Alvarez, the stakes go beyond just winning or losing. Crawford is moving up to weight classes, which should favor Canelo. If he loses to the smaller man despite his size, strength, and experience, critics will question his standing. In the sport, such an outcome could damage his reputation as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of this era. This makes the fight especially risky for Canelo before the opening bell even rings.
No, I really don't care how big Crawford is. If I'm Canelo, I feel disrespected. You know, coming up 2 weight classes, you haven't fought at 68. We don't know how your body gonna react, and you just think, you know, you just gonna come up and beat me. We seen it with Charlo, his videos, how he was looking, you know, moving around the ring, and everybody thought, you know, that might work, and we saw what happened come fight night. Crawford is a skillful guy, but like, who has he really beaten? Spence? After Spence, you know, now all of a sudden he can jump up 2 weight classes and beat Canelo. I don't see it. If I'm Canelo, I would have to make the statement with Crawford. Canelo cannot lose this fight. He shouldn't.
David Benavidez speaks confidently about Terence Crawford's place among the elite. He sees Crawford as a fighter with unmatched technical skills and mental sharpness. Benavidez praises Crawford's ability to switch stances, stay calm under pressure, and dictate the fight's pace no matter the opponent. He believes Crawford's greatest strength lies in his fight IQ, which allows him to break down even the most experienced boxers over time.
Terence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if Terence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate him to come back strong.
Could you still make 68?
I don't want to make 68.
No, I know you don't. Terence wins 68.
Yeah, well, if that's, yeah, I can make.
Jeff Mayweather highlights Crawford's technical brilliance, especially his ability to read opponents and adjust his strategy with precision. While Jeff gives Crawford the edge in pure boxing craft, he warns against overlooking Canelo's power and experience Canelo has repeatedly shown he can change a fight with one punch and has beaten some of boxing's biggest names. Jeff cautions Crawford not to underestimate Canelo's ability to adapt and take advantage of openings.
It's kind of tough, but if anybody can do it, I think it would be Terence Crawford. I mean, skill-wise, I think he's a better fighter than Canelo, but Canelo is also a great fighter but he owns that weight class that he's in. So I would just say that I think that Crawford has to fight almost a perfect fight to win.
Max Kellerman focuses on the jab as a deciding factor. He notes that Crawford's jab is one of the sharpest in modern boxing, allowing him to control range, set up attacks, and disrupt rhythm. By contrast, Canelo's jab, once a strong weapon, early in his career has become less consistent in recent years. Kellerman warns that this weakness could leave Canelo vulnerable to Crawford's disciplined and effective jab.
I'll give you a list of attributes, and then tell me who do you feel is best in that attribute. First attribute, best jab.
Crawford.
Best defense.
Crawford. Nowadays, Crawford. I would say early in the fight, Canelo. And earlier in his career, Canelo. But he hasn't been that kind of fighter in recent years. Although Crawford is also hittable. With any fighter, when you talk about their defense, the question is not, can they be hit with a shot? You take punches. Everyone, the greatest defensive fighters ever get hit. Pernell Whitaker, Willie Pep, Floyd Mayweather, they all get hit. The question is, can you hit them with combinations? And both guys are hard to hit. With the two-piece, hard to hit.
So who has the best footwork out of the two?
In terms of cutting off the ring, last fight notwithstanding, Canelo has gotten much better at cutting off.
Gary Antoine Russell points out the cultural and stylistic contrast between the fighters. He says Canelo Alvarez represents the classic Mexican style, constant pressure, body shots, and counterpunching. Meanwhile, Crawford brings the rhythm, fluidity, and defensive skill often linked to African-American boxing styles. Russell believes this clash of styles will make the fight exciting, as each man tries to impose his rhythm while neutralizing the other's strengths.
Canelo, he has mastered his style. Now, typically, Latinos, they got their own style versus melanated black people. Having like more rhythm, more flashiness and panache to their stuff, more swag.
Yeah.
We just fight different than other ethnicities. If you want to throw Amir Khan in there, his ethnicity, he was in and out.
Yeah, that's the European kind of style.
Textbook, you know, but that was his style. Canelo got his style and he mastered it. Terence Crawford cannot take nothing away from him. He's like freakishly good, you know. He go both sides, southpaw, orthodox, you know, and I feel like he adapt well. But it don't take much to get hit, especially these little 8-ounce gloves. He cannot slip up. He cannot slip up. He's gonna have to stay set from bing to bing from round 1 to 12, and he better be in shape.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like not 12-round shape. I'm talking about like 16-round shape.
Trainer Robert Garcia openly supports Terence Crawford. He admires Crawford's discipline, work ethic, and dedication to boxing fundamentals. Garcia believes Crawford's success at the top level highlights the importance of technical mastery and ring intelligence. While he respects Canelo's achievements, Garcia personally hopes Crawford wins this fight.
You know, I love Crawford. He knows that. I've seen him. I've talked to him many times, and I wish him the best. I'm actually very happy for him and Bomac for everything they've done and the big fight that they're getting. You know, in this sport, making it to those fights and making it to those paydays, you got to be happy for anybody that makes it there. So Bomac knows, Crawford knows. Now I'm actually, after Crawford, I'm actually leaning towards Crawford to win this fight.
Why is that? What changed?
Because I know Crawford's, he's got the heart, he's got the speed, the skills, and he's gonna go out there. I was thinking he put up a good first 6 rounds, but then Canelo will start picking it up. But now I think Crawford will go for I think Crawford will get. I'm picking Crawford.
Omari Jones praises Crawford's smart preparation for the fight, instead of quickly adding bulk and risking his speed. Crawford carefully gained weight with the right balance of nutrition and conditioning. This strategy helps him stay agile, while also building strength to face the bigger Canelo. Jones believes this smart approach gives Crawford his best chance to win while reducing the disadvantages of moving up in weight.
And like me personally meeting Crawford several times, it's like the man is just so competitive. It's like I don't even have to say nothing to him. He'll just like, man, when we sparring, it's like his competitiveness is always gonna put him over the edge, and then he just has that like, I'm not gonna let you bully me, or his skill set. And it, I know they talk about Charlo when Charlo moved up, but I feel like it may be a little bit different for Canelo this time around because Crawford took the moving up in weight classes serious. He did the dieting, he did the training. So I feel like when you put in work like that, it's a win-win.
So you don't think Crawford, gain that weight? Because I saw him, he's pretty big. You don't think that's going to be a disadvantage for him in this fight?
No, it looked like he put it on the right way. The nutrition, like I said, the training. Crawford, he trains hard. So I feel like, I know they say he probably went up to like 185, so he has to lose that weight. But I think if he did it the right way, which I know he did, he'll be successful in September.
And I know you, like we discussed earlier, we talked with your pro debut, and now you're 3-0. Your last fight, July 19th against Blanco, and it was actually your third win by knockout.
Yes.
Super proud of you. How are you feeling about your pro career so far?
I'm feeling great about my pro career. I definitely feel like...
Paulie Malagnagy also applauds Crawford's physical preparation. He notes that Crawford has gained just enough muscle to handle Canelo's power, while maintaining the speed needed to counter and escape pressure. Malagnagy credits Crawford's disciplined camp and detailed focus on diet, training, and sparring. He believes this preparation could be the key factor that allows Crawford to impose his style against Canelo.
Roy Jones is Roy Jones, but also Terence Crawford is Terence Crawford. But John Ruiz is not Canelo Alvarez. So that's another aspect of that comparison. And yes, exactly what the champ said, exactly what Abel Sanchez said, you're going to put on weight, you're going to be a different fighter. And I can say this, even as a fighter as myself, as I've gotten heavier in my retirement, I try and move around the gym, it just feels different. And even when you start camp, you feel different in the beginning than you do at the end. But listen, we're still 4 or 5 weeks away. I don't know exactly what Terence is weighing right now. And even if he does say what he weighs, man, he's gone out there and said he's weighed, all types of crazy numbers just to get media to respond. So it's really not really going to know until the fight and we see these guys next to each other. He might look bigger right now, but he might not be that heavy. He might still be in the range that these guys are targeting.